Ladies and gentlemen, Kagekaze here again with Diablo 3, and this time I'm actually looking at the expectations for the end of normal mode. I completed Act 3, at about level 31, and just honestly it got good. I continued on into Act 4, and Act 4 really, it was it was longer than I thought it would be. Think Act 4 from Diablo 2, you know, it's not a super long act, is not as story intensive as the other acts. It's kind of the epilogue, as it were, but still had plenty of lengthy dungeons, and I gained 1 level from that, so I finished the game at level 32. You can see here I'm at 35 now. That's mainly because I did join a co-op game with Travis over at SC2 Noob School. Had a blast there, even though I died like crazy. So I ended up getting a bit of gold and a couple levels beyond. But didn't really take I basically sold everything for gold, didn't take too many crafting materials, just to kind of keep it in line with what you would expect at the end of normal. As you can see here, I have a couple items from Nightmare. I was able to get up to regular gems. So in Act 3 and in Act 4, I noticed that you actually will start to see regular gems dropping. So you go from chipped to flawed to regular gems through normal mode. So all 3 of those gem types can drop. The normal ones are a little rare. So when you go into Nightmare, I expect that normal, flawless, and perfect will start dropping. Perfect, the level I was playing in Act 2 with them, and that's where all these perfect gems came from. They were dropping fairly, I wouldn't say commonly, but enough that would make me think that perfect gems are going to be fairly average for Nightmare, Act 2 at least. Alright, well, this also enabled me to get a couple pages of blacksmithing, enough for me to level up the blacksmith. So as an added bonus, we're going to go ahead and do that now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab all of my gems here, because we'll be looking at the jeweler. I did double check my guide. I got the guide from Prima, and it did. I have to say that one I couldn't find it, but I did find on Blizzard's official page that Shen here is supposed to be the one that gives you sockets and items, so maybe that'll come later. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to go ahead and train, because flawless, I've got enough of my regulars here, at least in my emeralds, to go ahead and start going into the flawless. So we're going to train him with 5,000. So there you go. End of normal mode, you should expect to be level 3 with the jeweler. As you can see here, it takes 10 pages of Jewelcrafting to start making perfects. So I can actually go in here and make flawless gems. So I can go ahead and do that with my emerald here. Boom, takes about 1250. So to kind of give you an idea of the cost of these gems, since they do go up, I did find an item that had 2 sockets in it. Unfortunately, I sold it. When you put that in, the price given to you here is to take all the gems out, and it adds up, but I don't think it adds up perfectly. Like, you know, 1 gem might be 200. When I tried to do the 2, it wasn't 200, you know, it wasn't just 400. I don't know the exact prices that you'll get from those, but we'll go ahead and take a look now for flawless, and we'll take a look at perfect, because kind of interested in what those are going to be. So let's take this flawless here. That's going to be 528 to remove, and perfects 648. So removal prices are not that bad. One thing I would like to tell you though, in case of gems, if you are looking to replace a piece of gear that has a gem in it, you do not actually have to come here to the jeweler to remove that gem. I did some testing, and a follower that I've been talking to fairly regularly, Regalberry, he let me know that he tried it out. You can basically disenchant an item with a gem in it and get the gem back. He told me about it. I double checked it just to be sure before I relayed it to you guys, and it works. You put a gem in an item, and so if you want to get rid of that item, you're planning on disenchanting it anyway, go ahead and do it. You'll get your gem back. No cost to you. You don't have to pay for the jeweler to remove it. It's a minor cost savings, but you know what? Every little bit helps. So now we know where we should expect to be here at normal, level 3. 10 pages is actually quite a bit, because the pages, you know what, they were dropping with a regular frequency, just not a ton. So honestly, Nightmare, I'm expecting to really start seeing that. So yeah, I've only got 6 pages of Jewelcrafting. So what we're going to go ahead and do here is we're going to go ahead and try out level 5 for the blacksmith. So here I go. Wow, 15,000. Let's do it. Look at that. He is looking pretty spiffy now. And look at this. I can't even move the bar up once. I need 5 more pages just to get that up. So that tells me that these pages of blacksmithing, the amount that I saw is probably going to be average. So you're going to start seeing pages drop with a regular frequency, kind of like gems. So that's good to see. Moving up here, we are now at what is he, Grandmaster now. So you can see here, level 31. This is a good starting point for Nightmare mode. As you can see, though, it takes Nightmare level essences. Shimmering, Lizard Eye is the rare items. Not only that, but it actually takes pages of blacksmithing to make an item, or at least make a rare. Let's see if I can find a Grandmaster that's not rare. Let's see, here we go. Grandmaster Heavy Quiver. And yes. Wow, so they have really, the cost of a blacksmith is not so much in gold and mats anymore. It's also in the pages of blacksmithing. So you have to balance out, do you want to use your pages to make an item, or do you want to use your pages to train the blacksmith? So, wow, that was kind of unexpected. I knew that some of them would require that, but I didn't think that right away they would need it. Well, here we go. Here's one that doesn't. Grandmaster Leg Wraps, level 31 item, takes 7 shimmering. So you can make some. It looks like armor might not need it, but weapons will need it. This is something I am going to have to look at, and I will have to report back on. I will try and see if it's only weapons that require pages of blacksmithing, because at this point I'm not really sure. I could look at the website, I'm sure. Blizzard's website. I might do that too, but it's going to be something that, again, I'll have to report on the next one. I honestly think this is a pretty good stopping point since I don't have any Nightmare items, but at least you can get a glimpse at what to expect. Level 31 items are the very beginning, and 44-1 there on a bow. Grandmaster Leg Wraps 102. That's pretty good. I mean, these items are already fairly good and better than what I have. So that's a good start. And just to let you guys know, I do have 1 Shimmering Essence, and I actually got that by disenchanting an item that dropped off the final boss in Act 4. One of his items actually was of Nightmare level quality, and he drops a lot of loot. So when you get to the end, make sure you have some space, because he's going to drop a lot for you. Alright, so that's pretty much it. So we're not going to be able to do anything else with these artisans until I get more pages of blacksmithing and jeweling, 10 just to get the jeweler up. But that's understandable, because the jeweler goes up only to like level 10, and then you start getting higher level gems. So, all right, that's it. Glad I could report that to you guys, since the segment has been seeming to be generally positively received here, even though I know it's not a lot of information. But I at least want to let you guys know what you can see, or what you can expect to see with your crafting, either if you haven't gone into it yet, or if you weren't exactly sure if you wanted to level it. Honestly, again, I'm going to say this again, blacksmithing I see is filling in holes in your gear. You do not want to use the blacksmith for creating an entire set unless you have a lot of gold and resources, because that will drain you dry. Honestly, moving on into Nightmare, I saw enough gold drops, and my gold was going up fairly regularly, that I could probably make entire sets for my lobies when I start leveling them. But if you're keeping up with your artisans, and they are at the same level that you're at, you don't want to do it, because the gold costs are too high. Join the gold costs are too damn high party. You will want to basically find items that you can supplement what you have, or possibly make something that's, if you have an item that's okay but you want better, and do that. Obviously, it's your game and your characters. You can do it either way, but that, honestly, with the way the costs are, that seems to be the most effective way to make use of your blacksmith right now. The jeweler, you know what? Have at him. His costs are cheap. To basically combine the gems, I have been using him every chance I get. As you can see from my inventory, I've got gems of every kind, because each time I go in there and I just upgrade and I upgrade and I upgrade, because almost everything has only had one slot. I only had one piece of armor that had two. Alright, well there you have it. That is all the way up through normal mode. Moving on into Nightmare. Again, with the questions, comments, please send them to theshadowpost@gmail.com. Feel free to leave comments in the comments below. Thumb up the content if you like it. And I will do my best to answer any and all questions that I can. Also, please keep in mind that I do have my stream. I've been posting about it on my feed when I put it up. I've just been streaming what I do. I honestly haven't been doing a lot of major commentary because I haven't really been getting any questions. But if you have questions, you can go there and ask me while I'm playing if you want. And if I can answer, I will. I'll do what I can. So there's plenty of ways to get a hold of me if you want to. And plenty of ways to see anything I might be putting out there. So, alright guys, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time.